we'll just let him, or actually if you want to pull him in, because I'm going to go over a couple of instructional things with you, and this way he's not like pulling you all over the place. Go ahead and just grab his short leash, or you can even with the red leash pull up and tap for the sit.
That'll be easier.
There you go. So go ahead and pull up and tap. There you go, right? So now he's not wandering all over the place. And like for example with the sitting, let's say somebody comes in with their dog or something, you want to talk to them, and you have Nash on leash. Most people just ignore the dog, and then they get annoyed by the dog because the dog just yank him all over the place. Yeah. Right away I put the dog in the sit, right? So so this way you're not getting pulled all over the place and then he's distracting you. Tap. Perfect. So when working with the long leash, okay, there's one thing I want you to be aware of, and that's rope burn. Have you ever had this?
Oh gosh, yeah, on other leashes.
On other leashes, okay?
Yep.
So I'm going to go over how to hold it. Go ahead and pick up, Drew, if I may have you pick up the leash, please.
Which one, the big one?
The red one. Yeah, okay. And then up tap for the sit. Very good. So with the leash, you're going to wrap it around your pointer finger. Go through the middle, right there, and then just loop it. Okay, right there. Now let that left hand go, and then hold like that. Exactly. You see that? Okay. You see how you're holding it there?
Yeah.
That's called locking the leash.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and with your left hand, keep it in your right hand, and grab by like where on the shorter end, by the handle.
Oh, down here.
By the handle? Yeah. Just grab by the handle.
It's in there somewhere.
Right there. Okay. And just tug down firmly with the left hand. Tug down. Okay, hold on. You're good? Relax. With your right hand, just have it looped around like you did. Yep. Not like that. Just loop it over. Undo the last loop.
Only one loop.
Yeah,
Right,
like that. Okay. Now, just take your hand and open it out like this.
Over like that?
No, hold on. Keep it, and you're gonna grasp it like this. You're just gonna close on it. So place your thumb almost. So you see that back part? You want that to go.
I don't think I get it either.
I don't get it.
Let me see. So, over.
Here we go. So take your leash. Okay, I should have brought a leash with me.
Ah.
Here,
Okay.
like that. You see that?
Yep. Like that, like a pinch.
Yes. And then just close your hand. There you go. Okay, like that. Great, perfect.
Okay.
Now.
You see this, Drew?
Yeah.
Look. Close your hand.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm gonna have you close your hand, and with your right hand, go ahead and just grab the handle you got there. Yeah, and tug down. Just little sharp tugs. You feel that?
Yeah.
See how it's not really going through?
Yep.
Okay. That's locking your leash.
Okay.
So I want you to get in the habit of when you have the long leash.
So you hang it, like
Yep.
you're hanging, tie, close,
Okay.
pull.
Go ahead and open your hand out to the side like this so I can get a close up of it. Yeah, there you go.
Close.
Yep.
Around.
Yep.
Pull.
And go ahead and turn so I can see the inside. Yep, like that. Perfect. And then close. Yep. Thumb down. Perfect. There you go. Beautiful. So that's locking your leash.
Okay.
Okay. So the reason why we want to do this is if we give Nash that full leash and he starts booking it, most people just close their hand. Rope burn.
Oh yeah. Ow.
Okay. And I have this. This happens to at least a handful of people a year. And I go over this with everybody. Lock your leash. Lock your leash. Okay. So that's one way to lock it. Another way to lock it is go ahead and relax your hold. Put Nash in the sit. Perfect. Relax your hold. Take the handle of the leash and go ahead and let go of the left hand. And you're going to put your thumb through the handle. Okay. And now just close your hand. That also locks your leash.
Okay.
Okay. However, when you're working with the long leash, Nash isn't always going to have the full length. So if you reel in some of the leash and you have to lock it, then you go back to the first one.
Then you go back to.
Correct, right? So like let's say you just you come to the park with Nash, and you want to give him the freedom of the long leash.
Yeah.
You would want to hold it from the handle with your thumb, like that. Okay. So this way, if you're walking, if he does just jerk, it's not going to pull it out your hand. Okay. It's physically impossible. He'd have to yank the leash through your thumb. Which,
Right.
if he does that, you have a bigger problem. Right? So you're good. You might get jerked a little bit, but you're not going to burn your hand. Okay?
Okay.
So then go ahead and let that go. And then I'm going to have you reel in some leash. Doesn't matter how much. Just reel in some leash, right?
Okay.
And go ahead and go like towards the middle there. Tap. And when you're reeling in, let the excess go.
Let the extra go.
Yeah. You're just holding the leash. You're feeding everything through.
Like this?
Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead and grab right there. Keep your left hand, just grab the leash. Grab the leash.
This.
Not the bundle, just the leash. The red leash.
This.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let the left hand go. All right. So that, because if you try to gather everything, it's going to be too much. It's going to be clutter.
Okay.
So we're going to pretend we've shortened the leash. Okay, just like so, and now you're going to lock it again.
Okay. So now I've shortened it. It's over my hand.
And you want to bring it in again on the other side, remember? Where you wrapped it around your finger.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
And then
You want what's on the outside to be on the inside as well.
I forget.
It's okay, that's why we're doing it again. So here, if we look at my tie,
What did I do?
like
It was
this,
so easy.
this.
Oh yeah, like this.
But you want the outside too. Yes.
Got
Perfect.
it.
There you go. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
I know. So
This is see like the simpler thing.
yes, but if I could show you, and now I know, bring a leash. But that's why I'm recording this. Okay. Because I'm going to put this up, and you guys can just refer to the video again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we're working with Nash, yes, if you have
clip.
correct, if you have to shorten the leash, which at points you will, I want you to always remember to do this. Okay, so this way, if you lock it and he does just book it, you're okay. It's not gonna cause rope burn. Okay, and it doesn't take a very strong grip, a firm one, but you don't have to be super tight
Right.
in order to prevent it, because it just goes against each other. It doesn't pull through. Okay.
Perfect.
So this will help prevent rope burn. Okay. Now, if you're not set up correctly, okay, maybe you forgot or something, and Nash starts to go for the leash, or not go for the leash, run. People's first instinct is grab the leash. My first instinct is to step on the leash. Okay, or start popping on the remote.
Okay.
Okay, because I've had clients do this and they get rope burn. Okay, everybody's first instinct is grab the leash.
Grab
Okay, now for the most part, this park is enclosed, right?
Yeah.
There's very small openings here, so that gives us a little bit more leverage. So what I like to do is, in that case, I'll put myself closer to where there's no exit, so I have more time to get the situation under control. Okay, because everybody panics.
Yeah.
Okay, the first time things go wrong, everybody panics. Okay, so I'll go ahead and hand the leash back to Drew again. And I'm going to have you go through those two different holds, okay? And then tap to get Nash to sit. Perfect, yeah.
Good boy.
Right, so that's the hold. So now relax your hold and then feed more leash through. You're going to just pull leash through. Yep.
Pull it, yeah, tighter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There you go. And then you're going to lock again. Like that, okay? And go in and relax. And now I'm going to have you take up slack. You're going to pull the leash towards you.
Like keep the hold, but
Relax the hold.
okay.
And now try to pull the leash through. There you go, like that, right? And then you can close it again, like that. Good, right? So when you're working with Nash, you may find yourself giving slack and taking slack. And I usually just feed it through my hand like that.
Okay.
But I always lock it whenever I'm done. Okay? As instinct, I always lock it, because I've had dogs just within a split second decide to pull and run off, and it's like, whoop.
Whoop,
Yep,
gotcha.
I got you. You're not going anywhere, and I'm not going to get rope burn, okay? That's the main thing,
Yes.
okay? So now, what we're going to do here is, let's go and give Drew the remote.
Should I have? Am I actually doing the wrong hand?
Whatever hand's comfortable for you. Yeah, doesn't matter which one. And then tap for Nash to sit. Good, okay. So I'm gonna have you go back to the end of your leash, the red leash. Yeah, you're gonna walk backwards. Yep, keep going, you're good. Yeah, okay, there you go. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna work on the recall, okay? We're gonna try longer first. I think we might have to shorten it until you get comfortable with it, but we're gonna see what we get, okay?
Okay.
So,
keep holding this, or?
yeah, you're gonna keep holding that. So I want you to forget about the word come,
Okay.
okay? You're not gonna use any words right now. You're just gonna teach Nash that when he feels the remote to run to you, okay? What we're gonna do here is we're gonna drop down and go to 35. So whenever we teach something new, we always go down lower.
Back down.
Okay? And what I'm gonna have you do, Drew, is you're gonna start walking backwards, and you're gonna simultaneously, not yet, you're gonna walk backwards and you're gonna start tapping, okay? And you're gonna keep tapping until you see Nash start to walk towards you, okay? So you're moving backwards and you're tapping simultaneously, okay? You're gonna start to see Nash. He might pull towards Melissa because he's confused. It's okay, you're gonna keep moving backwards. The moment you see Nash stop, move to you, you're going to stop the remote, okay? And you're gonna continue to move backwards just a few steps, and then you will stop, and we're gonna see what Nash does. If Nash is moving to you, you're going to feed the leash through, the excess leash, right? Because as he gets closer, that's gonna get more slack. Does that make sense?
So tighten it up when it comes to
Right. And like, let's say Nash gets distracted and stops and starts to wander, you're gonna lock your leash. And then you're gonna tap and move back again, okay? And I have videos on YouTube of me working with people already, so you can use that as reference, okay?
Okay.
Questions?
No.
All right, you ready?
I think so.
So I'm just following along.
And actually for you, Melissa, the moment you see Nash start to move away from you, you let the leash go.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, Drew. And back, tap, back, tap, back, drop leash, back, tap, back. Yep, and start to reel in the leash. Yep, back, lock. Yep, back, tap, back, tap. Yep, reel in the leash. Perfect, stop. Good, praise. Good. Lock your leash.
Okay.
And tell him break. And walk back to Melissa. Perfect. Then go ahead and grab the blue leash, Melissa. Yep.
Come here. I knew you just wanted to.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, sounds pretty good.
Is that good?
Yeah. So the one thing that we want to make sure we do is that we reel in that leash.
Okay.
Right? The reason why we reel it in is if Nash makes a mistake, you're limiting how much length he has to make it easier, right? Because if you keep it completely loose, he can go complete 20 to 30 foot radius around you, and you'll be doing this forever, okay? So as he gets closer, I shorten the leash so if he makes a mistake, it's easier to correct, okay?
I feel like it was hard holding this and then tightening it at the same time.
Right, so what you're doing is you're keeping it loose and you're feeding it through, and the moment you see that you're ready, then you lock it, okay?
And the other thing too is, he just like, his heel just combobulated because the leash is getting under his legs and...
Yes, that's normal, okay? I work him through it, okay? So, are you okay? Is the sun in your eyes?
I'm okay.
You okay? All right, so, going back to earlier, life's gonna throw shit at you.
Right.
Okay? So, there's one thing that I do watch for, is if the leash wraps around Nash's leg and it looks dangerous. Like, I had a client before training, her dog broke its leg because she had him on a long leash and he was at the dog park and he got tangled. Okay?
Yeah.
So it is possible. That's once in 10 years. She wasn't training with me when this happened, just so people know.
We'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, you I told the story.
I know, right? That's secret. So most people's instinct, of course, is to help the dog. I saw Nash. I'm like, yeah, he's confused. He's discombobulated. I work him through it because in real life, Nash might be chasing a squirrel.
Yeah.
Nash might be scared of a firework going off. That in that moment, you have not only Nash but yourself have to make him return with only that tool. So this is a controlled context, if you will, right? We know he's not going to run anywhere. He's on the leash. It's not a big deal. It's just the leash getting tangled in his legs, right?
Exactly.
But I work him through it. Now, if it looks like, okay, this is getting kind of where it wraps around his leg a lot, stop, remove the leash, reset, try again. Okay? So, use common sense.
Before we go, can you run and get Blake outside? I just feel bad because he's in there. So just make sure he's okay in there.
Yeah. No, he's fine.
I totally forgot.
He's not going to come out.
Tell him to just go sit on the stoop. Okay. Can I do it without the other side, without Drew?
So go ahead and lock your leash, and then you'll let the blue leash drag, right? Very good.
Oh, you're on it. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. I know, this is... Okay, so we're locking.
Yeah. Almost.
Wait, how did I have it? Over?
Around your pointer finger, and and close. And close. There you go. Perfect, right? It sounds silly. I always tell people, get used to it. Like for me, it's so second nature. Right? But like now you're having to learn these skills as you teach your dog a skill, that it gets confusing, right? For me, I've done this so much for so long.
Second nature.
Yeah, I can't like not do it, okay? And you can, so here, go ahead and let the right hand go and get your remote ready and go ahead and just start to walk away from Nash. Okay, let's see what he does. And then start to wander around so that we can get some space from him. There you go. And now, back tap, tap, back, tap, and wait. Okay, you see how he is there?
Good boy.
Hold on, that's too far.
Oh.
Back, tap, stop. Turn to face Nash. Back, tap, tap, back, stop. Back, tap, back, tap, back, Yep. Other way, back, tap. There you go. Now wait. So you see how he's getting closer?
He's getting closer.
This is why you want to reel in the leash.
Ah.
You see that?
Okay, so I start reeling it now?
So would you reel in as he moves to you? Okay. So back, tap, back, tap, back, tap, reel it in. And stop. Okay, so you see that? He's still too far. Okay, but now you see how you shorten the leash now?
Yeah.
Right? So that's going to make this part easier. Okay, so back, tap, stop. Turn to face Nash. Perfect. Back, tap, stop. Now praise him.
Good boy. Awesome job, Edie.
Okay, you see the difference here?
Yeah.
And tap. Take a step back. Tap. Stop. I'm gonna have you lightly pull forward with the leash.
Me walk forward?
Pull forward. There he is. I want him a little bit closer. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and go ahead and turn inwards. Careful. There you go. Good. So when we do the recall, initially Nash stopped like 6 feet of you. A lot of people praise that. That's not recall. He's 6 feet away. So what ends up happening is the dog will end up landing 6 feet and then start running away again. You want Nash to be in your immediate space.
Okay.
That's why I said keep moving back, right? So I never move into the dog. Never.
They move to us.
Yes. Okay, he does the work.
Okay.
So even if I want him within 1 to 2 feet of me. Within 1 to 2 feet, so very close. Okay? The reason why I do this, 1, less likely to run away. 2, less likely to do the pass by. Okay? 3, less likely, let's say you call him off of squirrels, and he's looking at the squirrels. If he's that close to you, he's less likely to go back to that again.
Okay.
Okay, so make it very strict, very black and white. When I call you, you come all the way to me.
You come
okay?
right here.
Now, I had you do something, and that was anytime Nash moved away from you, I told you turn to face Nash and move backwards.
Okay.
Correct?
Yep.
Right? The reason why we do this is you want Nash's visual to be this. Right? So if you're at the park and he's over there and you call him and he turns and he sees you doing this, he thinks, come back.
Okay.
Okay? So you will always, when you do this exercise, will be facing Nash, but moving away from Nash.
Okay.
Okay? So if you call him, and let's say he comes by and he overshoots it, you'd want to pivot and move like this. Right? Because now Nash is that way. If Nash comes to you and goes that way, you would pivot and move like this.
And he follows.
Yes, right? So you're always facing, but moving away from.
Okay.
Okay.
Always facing, moving away from. Always facing, moving away from.
I know, this is like the most coordination-heavy command there is.
It is.
Okay? So, question so far.
Nope.
Okay. Do you want to give it back to Drew, or do you want to pick up and then let Drew wrap it up?
Yeah, why don't I'll pick it, I'll do this and then you wrap it up.
Okay, so let me have you go to take the blue leash. It's a good thing they use 2 different colors.
I know.
Because if they're both red, it'd be a little confusing. Alrighty. And I'm going to have you, Melissa, go ahead and go back to the end of your red leash.
Okay.
There you go. And you're going to go ahead and give space. Yep. Untangle Nash. There we go. Perfect. And you're going to wait. Okay. So the reason why we do this setup, by the way, is can you see Nash is already trying to run to you?
Yeah.
Right? So dogs get savvy to the exercise. So then he's going to keep wanting to follow you, which doesn't allow you to practice the exercise.
Right.
So the second leash allows us to force the disconnect, keep them there so that you can do your thing, okay? Mm-hmm. So now, whenever you're ready.
Can I drop it when she moves?
Yes. Well, as soon as you see Nash move towards Melissa, you let the leash go. And only once she starts the tapping, okay? Because he might preemptively move, but she's not doing anything yet, okay? So whenever you're ready, you're going to start tapping and moving back. Yep, back, tap, good, back. Yep, reel in your leash and stop. That's fine. Tap, and stop. Back, tap, stop, tap, good, wait. Good, and praise.
Good boy.
Very good.
Awesome.
And then we're going to say break and then repeat.
Break.
Yep. Back to Drew.
I found if you do like this and then just kind of stay, it's easier to nick and pull if you stay like this. So keep the remote like that. Then you can use this hand to tighten. Okay. On my left, yep. Oh, come here, honey. Don't move. Okay. And tap him.
I start off with more leash.
Yeah, so always go to the end of your leash. Yep, and then you go all the way to the back. What is that, 20? There you go.
I think it's a 20.
Okay. And then just go ahead and, go ahead and walk as far back as you can. Yep, perfect. Good. And whenever you're ready, tap, back, tap, back, stop, and praise.
Good.
Good, and break.
And then go towards her.
Good, go ahead and bring him to Melissa. Yep. And back, tap, tap, back. Good, tap, tap, back. There you go. You got it, you got it. And stop. And praise.
Good boy.
Good. And you'll release him and walk him back to Melissa. Good. And then Melissa will grab the blue leash. We're going to repeat this a couple more times, okay?
Okay. Oh. Good boy.
Good. Go ahead and step away. Good. Yep. And hold. Wait. Right. Wait. So, yeah, wait. Are you tapping already?
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay, I'm sorry.
I didn't know you were tapping.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Tap. Good. Once we start saying the word, it'll get easier. And back. There you go. And praise.
All right, really.
Break.
Great.
Good. And when you start tapping this time, Drew, go ahead and say tap.
Say tap?
Yeah.
So you know.
Yep.
Good boy. Okay, let us know. I didn't know you were tapping.
This is my dad.
And here, your poor dog was pulling.
Tap.
Yep.
Tap.
And stop. And wait. Now here, step away, tap. Wait. And praise. Good. Now this time when you start the tapping, go all the way to the end of the leash first and then do the taps so that you get further away.
Oh, no.
Tap. There you go.
Tap.
There you go. Tap. Tap. Back. There you go. And stop. Back. Tap. 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 And stop. So you want to move away, correct? There you go. Back. Tap. 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 Back. Back. There you go. Good.
Break.
Right. We're going to do one more.
Break.
Break.
But we're going to pause for a second before the next one. So go ahead and grab the blue leash, Melissa. He's ready to play.
I'm usually pretty good at stepping on the leash.
So there was a couple of things. Okay. One, did you find yourself moving to him a couple of times?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tap for the sit. Tap. Tap. Pull him in a little bit. There we go. So, yeah, there was a couple times we moved towards him.
Yeah.
Right? Always away. Okay. The other thing was, what do you think would have made that easier?
Shorten up the leash.
Yeah, right. And it's okay because you're working on a number of things. You're trying to remember to lock your leash. You're moving backwards, right? Trying to get them to come to you, right? There's a lot of stuff. It's very coordination heavy, okay? But once you get used to it, again, it's second nature, okay? So we're going to try one more before we swap to Melissa, and then I'm going to talk to you about how we can practice this in a more realistic context. Okay? Because right now, all we're doing is teaching, like, the heel. The first day, we didn't say anything.
Right.
The first day, I was just like, do this for a week. And then I came back, tap, pull in a little bit, tap, 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 tap. There. So we're building this step by step, right? And this is actually how it goes even with my regular clients. Okay, like this isn't anything out the ordinary, except that I would be the first one to do it, and then you would do it. But it would be the exact same thing, where I would say, people expect, once you've taught the come, you could just use it. I'm like, no, you have to teach it, you have to practice it, and then we got to title it, and then we got to proof it. Like, there's a bunch of stages, okay? Right now, we're just working on the the teaching, the learning phase. Okay, so a couple things that you want to remember is never move towards, always move away, and also reeling in that leash. Okay, and as you master one thing, it'll free up your mind to then focus on the other things that you typically can't focus on. Okay, so all that stuff is normal.
It's learning for all three of us right now.
Yes, yeah, okay. That's why when people, when they see me work with the dog, they're expecting it to be that easy, and it is easy, but I also come with a lot of experience.
Right.
You know, so like it's like if you take painting classes, you're not going to be Leonardo da Vinci day one, you know, not everybody can be, right? It takes practice.
It takes practice.
So I'm going to have you do one more, and then we're going to swap handlers, okay? So go ahead and get as far away as you can first, Drew, before you start tapping, right? Yep, nothing here. There you go. You're good. Perfect. And whenever you're ready.
Tap.
Yep.
Tap.
Good. And stop. And back tap. Yep. There. Perfect.
Awesome.
Now we're going to pause right there. Don't move yet. Up. That's okay. You're good.
Okay.
So, I want to point out something. Nash started to fan out in a circle, right? And what did you do?
Follow him.
No, you didn't follow him. You were facing him and pivoting like that to keep him in your line of sight. Do you remember that?
So that was a good thing.
Yes.
That was a good thing what you did.
He's like, oh yeah, now I remember. Yeah.
You're good. You got an A.
No,
Oh yeah, I did.
that was correct. You always want to be facing Nash, but moving away from him. And that's one of the things that can happen is a dog will start to fan out in a circle. So you'll literally be like this until eventually he'll lock in, and then you can keep on with the straight motion. Okay? So that was correct. Okay?
You look like a circus trainer, but that was awesome.
Yeah. Or like when they have the horses in the round pen.
Yes, that's it. That's what I was going for.
All right, so let's go ahead. We'll swap now. So Melissa, you'll take the red leash with the
Okay.
remote, and Drew will hold on to the blue leash.
Good boy. Okay. Oh, watch his paw. There we go. Tap.
Tap, yep, back, tap, back. Good. And stop. And back, yep, tap. And stop. Yep, go to hold. Hold there. There, good.
Good boy.
So, he was gonna land it earlier, and you were moving away, right? So, tap. Watch what he does, wait. Good, okay. So, are you guys noticing that during the movement, I'm telling you to stop at some point, right?
Yeah.
Because I can already see Nash targeting and locking on, okay? When you see that, you can then stop to see, are you gonna finish it,
Okay.
right? Because if you always move away from him, you'll never meet each other, right? Because you're kind of...
Okay, yeah.
So at some point, when you feel Nash is moving to you, you would stop, let him finish, okay, or make a decision, and he might move to you, and then he might keep going. Then move and tap, okay?
Ah.
So tap, yeah, and then wait. So I want to point out something. Tap, tap, wait. Good. So the reason here, he's starting to understand. You see where he placed himself? He wandered a little bit, but then,
About 2 feet.
yeah, he's not perfect, right? But I'm accepting this because of this of where he's at learning wise, right? What I want to see from the dog in this context, if he starts to dilly-dally, is when I remote you, coming back
Okay.
to you, okay? If you tap him, and you may find this happening, it'll push him away. It's normal. You would keep the pressure on, and then you would move back again,
Okay.
because he's not getting it. Here, I could see him get it, because he went This way? Nope. This way? Nope. What about mom? Good. Okay. So as you get used to it and you start to see what you're looking for, it becomes becomes much more clearer. Okay. So with the heel, walk with me, stay with me, sit when I stop. With the recall, similar. Come to me, stay with me, and keep your butt down. Okay. This isn't a sit. This is a come when called, but sit politely when you're with me. Okay, so it's very similar, except one is moving with you and one is moving towards you.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So go ahead and release Nash. We're gonna try it again.
Break.
And Drew, if you'll take the blue leash.
Get the blue leash. Good boy. He's like, where do I go? Oh, fix your paw.
Yep, good. Hold on.
That paw.
1 second,
There we
right?
go.
And then hold for a sec. So you can see here how he's already prematurely wanting to go to you, right? So what I like to do is, if I start to see that, wait a little bit and then do the recall so he doesn't get so tuned into every time you walk away you call me. Okay, because he's going to get super paranoid. It's normal, but this kind of helps him settle a bit and go like, oh, okay, it's not so immediate.
Okay.
Okay? Whenever you're ready.
Tap.
Yep. And back, good. And we'll hold. Perfect. Now, yep. You're good. Wait. There he is. Stop. There. Good. So, at the end, you were pivoting off away from him a little bit, right? That's why he kept moving. So you just...
forgot to stop.
Yeah, so you just hold.
Stop.
Yeah, hold.
I forgot.
What are you going to do next? Good. Okay?
Okay.
Because he's going by you. Remember, when you do this, what does this mean?
Keep walking.
Follow me, right? So it's going to keep him stuck in that command. So when you stop, that's how he fulfills it.
So I need to stop moving.
Yeah. Okay. Once, remember, when you see Nash looking like he's coming towards you, you stop. See what he does. If he makes a mistake, then you go to correct it.
Okay.
If he doesn't, good. Okay.
Good.
Try it again. Break.
Okay. Break. Okay. Now I got this. No moving. Okay. See, mommy's learning too. Good thing I don't get zapped.
Yeah, you see how he keeps pulling back? Because he knows. Yeah, and then just hold and wait for a second. Good, yep, just relax. So you see all that like kind of antsy behavior?
He's like, what do I do?
He's anticipating, correct. Whenever you're ready.
Tap.
Yep. And stop, yep. And hold on. Tap and keep still. Good. Because I wanted to sit.
Good boy.
There you go. Want to do
Did I
two
do
more?
better?
Yeah, that was much better. Right? Good. Break.
You got it. I made it better for you, Nash. Sorry about that.
That's okay. And then break. We're going to go ahead and try two more.
Break.
Walk towards Drew.
Right?
There you go.
No, you keep the red. Drew takes the blue.
Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay.
Yep.
Go.
Oh, watch your left leg there, Melissa. There you go. Yep. Just move back. Tap. There you go. Good. And then just lightly pull up. Tap.
Wait.
Tap for the sit. Tap. Up. Tap. Oh. It's okay. Let's try that again.
No, I wasn't tapping yet. But he came to me.
Because he's preemptively, right? Hold on. Tap. There you go. Now hold. Now up. There you go. Good. So here, because he's doing kind of like with the leash walking.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now he's going, well, hell, I know you're going to call me with the remote, so I'm going to just go to you preemptively, right? So what I do here is up and tap him into a sit to settle him a little bit, okay? So Drew, go ahead and pull up and go ahead and tap, right? And relax, okay? Let him settle for a second, okay? Because he's just getting really wound up, okay? Because he's trying to avoid the remote, okay? So if he gets too antsy, I settle him first, and then I walk away, okay? And then, by the way, Drew, with the locking of the leash, you could do that with your short leash as well, okay, to give you a bit more grip. Because I saw him pulling it, I'm like, oh, that looks like he's in a.
A little bit of burn.
A little bit
Yeah.
in there.
Actually, a little blood too.
Whenever you're ready,
Tap.
and back, and drop, good, and hold. And praise.
Good boy.
Now tap here, yep, because he's supposed to be sitting. Good, and praise now.
Good boy. So good, baby. Good boy.
Hold on. Tap. Tap. So just to point out here, praise does not mean freedom, right? Break means freedom. So you praise him, he thinks his job is done. I stop, I remote, settle him, continue to praise, right? You're teaching him to differentiate from the word break and good boy. Good boy simply means good boy.
Yeah.
Do that again. Break means now you can get up.
Right.
Okay, so just remember that, because when you call him, his job is to come to you and put his butt down,
Yep.
just like that. Okay, let's try for one more,
Good boy.
and break, one more.
Break. Break. Okay.
Yep, good. And then remember, up for the sit. Settle him first.
Pony. I just don't want to.
There you go. That's
There
fine.
we go.
And then up. Hold on. Settle him first. Up, and then tap.
That
for the
paw.
sit.
Fix that side.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, and then yeah, let's put him in the sit first. Up, tap. There you go. And relax. Good. And then relax. Good. Wait a moment. When you're ready.
Tap.
Yep. There you go. And then here, tap. Turn. Tap. There you go. Back. There you go. Back, tap. And stop. Tap. There. Good.
Good boy. Good boy.
Excellent. And break.